I had to go to the supermarkets today because I did a lot of my shopping. I went to my bulk food store, I went to the farmer's market, and I got a bunch of things that I needed. And then I went to the supermarket to get some jarred things and tins. All I had in my head was I would like to find a jam jar that doesn't have any of the plastic packaging around the rim of the lid. So there's no plastic. I can have a glass jar that I can keep and I can reuse. That's what I was thinking about. Well, when I got to the jam section and there's all these different brands of jam lined up in the aisles, I saw the ones that did have plastic around the rim of the lids, which I avoided, and I started trying to choose one that didn't have any plastic, which is great. I found myself looking at the information on each of the jam jars as well as if they had plastic or not. And I started to see that a lot of jam is actually imported to Australia and it's not produced here. And I was always under the impression that jam is a relatively easy thing to produce and manufacture. I thought it could be done like even at home and people can do it themselves. So I was really blown away by the amount of jam that is actually imported and not produced here. Some of the big brands I saw imported from New Zealand, which being in Australia is actually not too far, I guess, but still it's from New Zealand. So it's had to take a plane and fly here to Australia. But there were others that were manufactured in France, Italy, Poland, like European countries. And I'm in Australia, so I am literally on the other side of the world. And these jam jars have flown across from Europe to Australia to be sold in my local supermarkets. That just seems so crazy. I'm absolutely blown away. And that's why I was just like, I need to do a video about this. I am just completely blown away by the distance that these glass jars of jam have flown to be sold in my local supermarkets. So I saw this and I was like, oh my goodness, that's crazy, because that's a lot of distribution miles that it has traveled either by plane or by boat, like road and boat possibly. So the distance that this jar of jam from Europe to Australia, and I'm from the UK, so I know that distance on a plane is absolutely insane, just for me to enjoy some jam for my breakfast. I'm completely blown away by it. So I decided then and there that it's not just enough for me to find a brand of jam that is not containing any plastic, but I want jam that's actually traveled less far to reach me, because it's not just about plastic waste being bad, but you can also think about the amount of carbon emissions that have been produced from transporting food to you and your local supermarket, and air miles, sea miles to get from Europe to Australia for jam. I can't actually comprehend this right now. I am that flabbergasted. And I was looking through every single jam jar and brand I could find, and most of them were not manufactured in Australia. The closest one and one of the biggest brands here was made in New Zealand, which, yes, is kind of a bit better than Europe. It's a little bit closer. It's only a 4-hour flight from New Zealand to Sydney, but still, that's not made in my own country that I am right here, right now. So I'm just mind blown. I don't get it. I'm completely, and this is not something I would have previously thought about. Luckily, I have actually found a brand of jam that was made in South Australia. So it's in Australia, and I believe this is a paper strip, I think, but it's made in Australia. So this jam has only traveled from South Australia to Sydney instead of from Europe to Sydney. So I will definitely be thinking about the transport that my food has come from to get to me, because I am just completely blown away by this. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, that this was the thing I've learned today and something that I'm going to actively try and change in my life, and be conscious about the food that I buy and where it has come from. So thank you for listening to this video. Thank you for listening to me ramble on. I really appreciate it. I apologize, I've just been rambling, but I am so just like blown away by this, and I can't believe jam coming from Europe. So yes, that's it for the video today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, where I post all sorts of videos about my journey to reducing waste, living more sustainably, as well as my love for marine science and scuba diving. You can find links to my social media below. Until next time, toodles!